And let's get rolling. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are so glad to have you with us today. It is Thursday. It is August 22nd, and it is Inner Circle. So we are very, very glad to have you with us on this Inner Circle. In case you might notice, or you might know, Robert is not with us today. He is in Las Vegas because he is there to learn more about Akashics. And I don't know if you saw the video in the Telegram group, but it looked fascinating. And he said he was with some people who are incredible traders. And it looks like, based on his other message, next week we're going to have a Zoom with some people that will help us so that we can go on to the next level. So lots of great things to look forward to. So, and it's up to you how we do today. Now, we're so happy to have all of you with us, and we see that you're coming on in, you're settling in. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a couple of quick things. We are right now at 7,424 subscribers. OMG. You guys are doing a great job at helping us to expand to people with ears that hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very, very much. Now, because of what is happening today, because Robert's not here, it's up to you how we decide to do Inner Circle today. Matt and I are here. We can, ask questions, or we can share some things with you guys. But if you'd like to just say, thank you, we're glad that you were here, but we're going to go on and do something else, like some more trading, like some more sharing of the current promotion with other people, let's go ahead and do that. I will say one thing before we get going, and it's a lot of based on a lot of questions. Then I'll turn it over to Matt really quick, since he's got something to say. I can see that. Just really fast. Please understand, for you that are part of the Inner Circle, and I know that we keep saying this on the Telegram group, but understand that when we're doing the trading, this is a risk. Okay, it's like gambling. So what we do is we have associated ourselves with people who appear to be doing it in the best way possible. That's why Robert is saying, let's go ahead and follow these individuals. And the two main individuals are Javed Khan and John Lael. Now, yes, they will lose, as we saw yesterday. There will be some losses. But the majority of their experience has shown that they have wins. So please be patient. I don't know how many times I have sat there and talked with Matt and Robert and was so excited about this and ready for all the wins to come in. But that's not real. It's not real in the real world. When you look at the stock market, yes, it has been going up and up and up and up in most cases over the last few years. But what happens sometimes? Oops, it goes down. If you're in Bitcoin, you know the up and down about Bitcoin. Okay? Kurt. Yeah, Chris, exactly. It is an up and down process. So the point being that I want to stress with each and every one of you, and please take it to heart, this is a long-term thing, all right? Now, if you decide to cut out from the tap to trades, you can do a stop. But if you're doing the tap to trades, it's set. This is something I just found out today. It is set, okay? The only thing that you can't change the numbers. You can stop at a certain point and get out. But we're in this for the long run. And even Javed and John and everybody else, if you're following other people, will have some challenges, and they will end up in a negative. We've all done that. I had 2 negatives yesterday. Okay, I'm still with it. I'm planning on staying with it in the long run. I want my challenge certificates so that I can pass them. So I just want to say, please, 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 please be patient. And we'll all get to this. And if you have the questions, I noticed there's been a lot of questions about different things. We will do our best to answer them in the chat, in the Telegram. If not, please go to the akashicscommunity.com. That's the telegram for Akashics. Ask in the help. If they can't help you for whatever reason, some people are even having issues connecting to that. Call MDC Corporate and have them help. Okay? There are ways to do this. We want to make sure that everybody follows what Robert is doing, and that's the whole point here. We are following what Robert is doing. He has said that these are the only things that we're going to do. It's very nice and to look at the little squirrel over there because it's a nice and shiny thing. Please don't do that. All right? But if you want to, you will take it on yourself for whatever the results are for that. And I think that's all I have to say at this time. So bless you guys, and thank you so very, very much. We really, really appreciate you. Matt, go ahead if you want to share something before for everybody.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing all that, Craig. Like if any of you guys have been following what I've been up to lately, it's just a lot of moving, doing all this stuff for the sale and everything, getting all this stuff, making some really cool videos for you guys to utilize through the sale, and a lot of really, really cool shit is coming up too once I get moved into my new place, and then I can just be creative. I'm not having to pack. If you look behind me, slowly but surely we're getting rid of all the books. I have like over 300 at this point, but I've been collecting them since I was 12 or something like that. So we're getting all the books, we're getting movers, we're doing all this stuff. But since that's been the case, I haven't really been able to engage as much the last couple of days or last week with you guys in the Trade Stars group. But man, I love seeing everybody's wins and everything like that. And I love what you shared too, Craig, because it's just such a um it's such a wake-up call for people when they realize that things are not turnkey instantaneous. And like, unfortunately, stocks, even if you have an expert, we've had situations, me and my dad, where we've taken hundreds of thousands of dollars and invested them into brokerage firms to invest our money for us, right? Because we go, listen, I have no idea like what to do, so let's just give it to an expert, right? And that was it wasn't a complete and total mistake, but let me just say that we were able to write off our losses on our taxes, so that definitely helped. But they did not do very well with duplicating it and making it better. And that just goes to show, even if you find an expert, even if you find somebody, you're still at the hindrance of the markets, at the hindrance of the decisions. Like someone said, the DNC just happened, and that fluctuates and changes stocks. As more and more things happen, even leading up towards the election, you're going to see like a lot of, in at least the election in the United States, you're going to see a lot more fluctuations in the stock market, in currencies, and a lot of things. And this is just it's not because there's any problems or issues. This just happens every time. It's just this instability of what the next decisions will be. So as far as some of your guys' questions on how to like do anything with the app or anything along those lines, those questions may be more for the Trade Stars channel or for Craig, because Craig's actually utilized that and done some stuff with that. Believe it or not, you guys, as techie as I am, I still haven't done one tap to trade. I signed up, got my funded account and everything, but I have not caught one and done one yet, just because I've been so busy with so many other things. I hope to soon this week, now that things have we finally got our place locked down, got the lease and everything like that. So now it's not as crazy. So with that said, that's all I have really to say. I'm excited to be on here with you guys. We do have to keep this short, and you guys it's going to be funny why. But if any of you guys know even a little bit about me, like as far back as I've been doing this stuff with my dad, I am a huge video game fan. I love video games, and I have a lot of friends that I've made through video games. So tonight, in like an hour, a game that I've been playing since I was like 12 years old, World of Warcraft, is coming out with their new expansion and everything. So me and my friends are playing that in an hour. So if you guys just are nice to me and give me just a little bit of time here, but then I am going to have to get off and hop on there with my friends. But of course, this Saturday, we're going to do the AMA. I don't know if my dad will be on it. But I don't mind doing it and answering more questions then, because I'll be more available. So with that said, Craig, if you guys want to raise your hands and ask some questions, we're here for you guys. So love and appreciate you.
Actually, we do have a couple of hands up and a couple of
Awesome.
questions. And because Matt, one of these is actually directed to you. So I
Okay,
want to get that out of the way and then we can go
please.
from there because I see John has his hand up and Sandy has her hand up. And we've got a couple of things from Lisa Marie and Rebecca. So I'm going to
Awesome.
start with you, Matt. And I guess Lisa Marie is in the background. So she wants to know. Oh, I'm sorry, not Lisa Marie, Faith.
Okay.
Faith is asking this question. Lisa Marie has a couple of questions, but Faith is asking this question to you.
All right.
I went back to try to find the video where you talked about saving our videos to YouTube and uploading them to our channel. I couldn't find it. Can you touch on that again?
Saving our videos to our YouTube and uploading them to our channel. So if you upload the video, in my understanding, that does save it to the channel. If you're talking about getting some of our videos, we have Google Drives that allow you to download those and upload those. Faith, like I've said in the past, one of the big issues with that might be, and Craig, this is one of those things that we definitely should share, right? Because when my dad's in like all out promotion mode, he can be pretty unbeatable with getting people to get social proof and all these things. Looking for his channel right now. It's funny, we're live on it. But his video about learning to trade with OPM, the video that me and him made and got together, is at 13,000 views now in 12 days. So it's averaging over 1,000 views a day. So because of that, I would recommend promoting the video that's got all the 1,000 views, because that just is going to give people more social proof. They're going to see the content under it. They're going to see the likes. They're going to see the views and go, okay, this isn't just a small thing. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. As far as like saving, Craig, would you maybe know what she's talking about?
I think what she's talking about is any video. And maybe I'm wrong, Faith, but
Okay.
go ahead and put it back in the chat. But I guess taking her videos that she's created that she
Mhm.
wants to save and putting it up to her channel. And that I
Okay.
would agree with. And I think you did talk about that at one point in the past where you basically was saying, yeah, go ahead, put it up on the channel. You can unlist it and at least it's there for you to
There we
access.
go.
Yeah.
No, great, great. Yeah, so that's a great thing to do too. Like I you can make, I think it's like 100 YouTube accounts with one Gmail account. So, and to do that, you just go in like the drop down menu and click create another account under switch accounts. And you can create more and more YouTube accounts. You can have archiving accounts that you just use to upload videos to and then unlist them like Craig said, and then just keep them there. You can use them to share and stuff. I love doing this personally because it gives me stats. Like if you want to hold yourself accountable or really understand how well things are working, like we'll do an email blitz and I'll put a video up or something like that. And it will be on one of these small channels and most people don't notice, but it's embedded and it's on a totally different channel. So I can see just the stats of what that campaign would do. Because if I take the 13,000 view video and spread it everywhere, how am I going to tell, other than from certain websites or the email, what people watched and what people didn't to a certain amount? So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I would just make another YouTube account and upload all the content there and unlist it. Uh, so I hope that helps you, Faith.
Cool. And by the way, we're now that one video. It's called Experts Traded for Me. Mind blown. 13,930 views.
It's funny. I saw Daniel say on here, you should try out Robert Jr.'s Pew Pew games. I'm telling you what, I'm so proud of him. He's he's really like dived into shooting and I'm pretty sure he wants to compete and has competed in some small stuff. So that's really, really cool. He's out there in Arizona and stuff. So I can't wait to get more into a rural place to get a couple of guns myself. Currently, right now, we're in Irvine, California. They have a little bit different policy here than most places with owning guns. So
Yeah, actually, out where you are, it's more of a wild, wild west, is my understanding, or at least where you're going to be. And
yes,
you
so
probably
we're moving
can,
to Temecula, which is more inland. It's more like wine country,
right.
California, and I just want to build You know, if I do my mission correctly, Temecula will have like some connection with me in the future. So it'll be more like I'll have my studio there. Geez, this thing's freaking me out.
We're getting dizzy there, Matt.
I know I'm trying to not move, and I'm starting to realize really quickly how fidgety and movie I am, you know, because it moves
Is
so
there a
subtly.
stabilizer you can put on it or turn it off or
I just shut
something?
it off. But then you get my wide, ultra wide, and then you guys,
Oh,
because
okay.
my camera, the thing that I normally use for my camera isn't working for some reason. So now you guys can totally see how much stuff has been moved out of here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Cool. All right. Well, great. Thank you so very much, Matt, and
of
appreciate
course.
that, and appreciate the question, Faith, as well. Let me go to one of the other questions, and then we'll start. We'll bring in a couple of the ones with their hands up.
Sure.
And I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Lisa Marie Cook. She says, "Has anyone put their trade in manually?" What I'm going to say to that question very quickly: if you want to try it, do it. However, you will lose things very quickly, meaning you're not taking, you're going to lose, you might lose your challenge faster and than you would have if you would have followed the steps that Robert is teaching us and the patience that Robert is teaching us. The whole idea behind tap to trade is it's all set up for you. And all you
Yeah.
have to do is approve it and let it ride. Or, as I said earlier, just hit the stop loss button, get out, period. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say me and my dad have had conversations because currently right now we're still doing the sale, but there was a lot of people in the beginning that signed up through my dad's TradeX Mastery link as well. And we'll have strategies for that after the sale is over for all you guys to utilize. But in that thing, we've had so many people sign up and do exactly what you said, Craig, and just like blow the challenge and then just buy another one. You guys would be surprised what our commission is from TradeX Mastery for the amount of people that have blown up their challenge and had to buy a new one because they wanted to just go out and do it on their own. Now, I've watched my wife go through a lot of training and a lot of courses. She's part of her own community and group and trading and day trading. And I like lose my mind when I look at the graphs and all the things. I'm a creative dude. I look at that stuff and I'm lost a little bit on it. So for me personally, I get like that feeling of just like really, really wanting it to move fast, like really wanting to get through it, wanting to get to the next step. And it can be frustrating because you want to take the path that's the fastest. But my dad is always going to teach you the path of the best and least resistance, or the least resistance, but the best path for success. Sometimes that's not the fastest path, but it is the path that will get you the success. And I think like that's one thing that's unique, because if we wanted more income based off of this for ourselves, I would tell everybody to just go out and do the challenge as much as possible and do it, because then when they blow up the challenge and have to repurchase another one, then that's commissions for us. But that's not what my dad's saying at all. Isn't that surprising? It's like, it's the opposite. He's telling you to take your time and take it slow and do the tap and trades so you don't blow up your account and have to get another one, right? To be part of the whole, I know a lot of people have FOMO about it, especially seeing so many people having wins, because there's certain people who have done this before. It's like riding a bicycle. I don't expect to just automatically, if I've never done anything on a bicycle before, to just pick it up and ride it without training wheels, right? Just because other people can do it doesn't mean I can do that. I still have to wear the training wheels. So yeah, I hope that answers that question.
Oh,
Craig,
yeah,
did you have
very
anything?
good. The other thing too, Lisa Marie, is if you're not able to get Javid's or John's tap to trades, I mean, you can try some of the others. There are other people that do tap to trades, but that is not what we are trying to do. Robert has said, with experience, that we are to follow. Not, you don't have to if you don't want to, but our following is of Javed Khan and John Lael. Now, there's no set hours. I had that conversation with Robert. There are no set hours for either one or for anybody. because they are experts. They are looking for patterns, for trends. If you ever watch one of the live sessions, and I watched Javed's live session yesterday, he is looking for what is considered the best opportunity to get the most return for all of us. Okay? So you don't know when it's going to happen. It may not happen. He was supposed to have yesterday, last night, done a couple of small quick trades to help get things back in gear based on the fact that there were a few losses. But apparently, the way he saw the market, no, he wasn't going to do it. He understands, and these people understand what it is that we're doing, what we want, and how to get there in the fastest, I'm going to say it this way, the fastest way possible, which may be not 1,000 miles an hour, but maybe 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. And you're going to hear that from us consistently just because we want you guys to be safe. But of course, if you want to, like say we're all about analogies, as Hollis is. But if I was your exercise coach, I would not put you on weights that I don't think you can handle just so you can hurt yourself. You know what I mean? I'm going to say gradually lift weights until you feel like you can lift this more. And here's the exercises that would be good for you. And that's just how my dad teaches. Like that's how he taught me as a kid, right? He taught me how to ride a bike, taught me that same way, right? So I'm seeing Lisa Marie say that she doesn't get the alerts from them. That sounds like that sounds like a technical issue for TradeX Mastery and Akashics.
Yeah.
Right.
And
like,
or
there's no way I
NBC
could
Corporate.
fix that. Yeah. There's no way I could fix that for you. That is unfortunate though. I wonder why that is, but just like anything, there's technical issues. Yeah. I'm curious if it is Android or not, but like I said, I haven't really dived into it yet because I've been incredibly busy. I'm super excited to get all that stuff done so then I can hop into it and do a little bit of that stuff myself. But I'm still going to just follow the same two people and do exactly what my dad's saying. It's worked for me in the past. So,
yeah. And the other thing that the final thing I will add for that question too is there are a lot of people that are obviously where it's working. So it's something like a setting on your phone. Take a look at that. And again, contact MDC Corporate and see if maybe they can help. Patience, please, because I know there's a lot going on. A lot of people are trying to get through this, and you can tell by the Akashics community chat on Telegram, there's a lot going on. So, all right, let's go ahead and continue on. And I do know that we have two hands raised. And Rebecca, I will, let me just really quickly answer Rebecca's question, then we'll go ahead, John and Sandy, because this is pretty simple. Rebecca David is asking, do you know how to turn off trade alerts while keeping the tap to trade alerts? Rebecca, if you're talking about your phone, then I don't know. That's something that you would probably need to talk to in the Telegram group.
I know one person that would know. Do you want to know who?
Who?
Some people on here could already guess what I'm going to say.
Arthur?
ChatGPT knows how to fix it.
Ah, there you go.
There's a computer issue that I was dealing with my computer. I Googled it. I went to Reddit. I asked people. I went all the way to customer support for Intel and asked them. I finally just took the screenshots of the errors that I was getting, put them in ChatGPT, had a conversation and had it fixed in 30 minutes when it took weeks that I was dealing with this issue. So when that consistently keeps happening, whether it's making a dish, maybe anything really, I would look into it on ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm not getting alerts for this. Why might that be, on my phone, and just keep asking it and see what it says. It might be able to help you. Ask a computer to fix the computer. We're getting there.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're getting there. Pretty close.
And I don't think, Rebecca, you can turn off certain alerts to other alerts. That, again, I would almost say contact or talk to the Telegram group in Akashics community and or MDC Corporate and see if that is possible. I don't know.
You know what because Josh is fast. You know what I mean? My dad's hanging out with all of them out there and Josh is fast. So I guarantee you he's going, hey, listen, is there any way that we could just have a way to just get alerts from these two people and click all the rest of them off? And Josh will go, maybe there should be a checkbox where you only get alerts from certain people. So I'm not saying that that's going to come out or anything, but he is the kind of guy that likes to fix that type of stuff. So,
And you know what is the other thing too, Matt? I just realized. I remember Robert saying, mute the channels if you want to really go this far. Mute the channels in the Akashics Telegram group that you don't want. In other words, if you just want the tap to trade and the help, then turn off the other channels and use that as your notification, because I have noticed lately, at least Javed and John have been posting, hey, I'm looking to tap and trade in the next few minutes. So there is an idea, but on the cell phone, I don't know.
so you're saying because I've been so out of the loop with this stuff, you're saying that they post directly in that Akashics group after you've muted that, going, hey, I'm about to start trading?
No, you need to mute the other ones, not the
No,
Akashics.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they post in there before they start trading that they're going
Yes,
to.
they've been
I
doing
see
that
Sandy
lately.
shaking her head as well. Okay, well, there you guys go. That's what I would do immediately. I'd be in that thing. I'd mute the other stuff. I do exactly what Craig said. If anything, we could shoot a quick video showing you how to do that. I wouldn't mind doing that after today, of course. I'll be busy
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah,
So
you have your special event coming up in half an hour. So let's
I'm
go ahead
telling you, I'm excited.
and move on. Let's see whose hand went up first. I believe it was John Tier. So John, go ahead, unmute, and please share with us.
Hey, John, how's it going?
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing, Matt, Craig?
Good, good.
You know,
Good, good. Thank you.
man, I think that from my experience now being with the Akashics is looking at the live sessions is probably one of the best ways to kind of calm your nerves because I was watching one of the live sessions and I watched like how the indicators just kept going down, 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 and the trader was like, "No, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that," and he was trying to pump it up, you know.
Yeah.
But going looking at the live sessions really gave me a lot better insight into what trade alerts really are. Because for
Mhm.
a long time, it's like, well, why do they keep sending me these things? I don't know what this means. But if you go in that back office and you just kind of start watching some of the videos and then you start watching a live trade, you go, oh, okay, I understand why they send these trade alerts now. Because before I was just kind of like, I don't know why this stuff is coming in, but I get it now because they're actually telling you, hey, we're looking at this, and if you like want to get in on a manual trade, this is what we're doing. This is what it looks like to do this, and how you open this trade, and how you put stop losses in, and what I'm trying to figure out now is how do pips equate to dollars. Because I see some of them say these pips and that's $100. This I'm like, well, how does that work? So, but I know that information is back there. So,
Mhm.
I had to also learn to have realistic expectations because when they went red, I was like, why they go red? These guys don't know what they're doing. They're all fire. And
They've
what
lost about as much money as they have made, if not more.
right?
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
one of the
say
things,
most traders too, like those types of people, they've lost more than like maybe some of us have seen. Like
right,
maybe
right,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there's traders that Hannah's been working with, and this is outside of Akashics and stuff like that. And these people, they're animals, man. They make a
yeah.
lot of money, but it is a skill. It is a
I
skill. Like when I
I
open up
think
my
that
programs and you guys go, "What the hell is this?" I
right.
now have that
Ooh,
feeling every time Hannah opens up her stuff. I'm like, "What the hell is
Yeah,
this?"
you've gone
right.
through all of the trials and tribulations of whatever it is that you've had to do to develop that process, Matt. And that's the same thing that we are trying to do here is the trials and tribulations. You gotta make the boo-boos, you gotta make the errors. Yes,
Yeah.
it's great to get it right off the bat, but is that realistic?
No, it to me, I equate it to like throwing dice at the craps table because
Mhm.
you can have like all the skills you want. Because I've watched these guys; they're very highly skilled, and the market would do what the market does,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the
Yep.
skills. And because what I've also realized is that there are outside things that can affect the market that you just don't know about, no matter what the
Always.
analysis is saying this or that. But there's other stuff going on that you're unaware of. And now I find myself kind of paying attention a little more to what's going on in the world in
You
terms of
start
what.
to realize, sorry to interrupt you, John, but you start to realize very quickly how these people make. They've not only learned this skill, but their skill is learning like psychology and people and how they act.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's interesting because just like you're saying, John, when you start to see that and you start to see them go, oh, I would buy McDonald's stock, and like you're like, McDonald's stock, why? And you're like, well, a lot more people buy McDonald's in the winter time than the summertime because they're getting off work and they just go, I'm not cooking when I get home. I'll just run through the drive-through, right?
Right.
That's knowing the way that humans react, but you'd also know that by looking at their sales, right?
Yeah.
But you
And
could guess, psychologically that if the DNC is going on right now, right?
well, this
And we're
there's
having this
something else
back and
going
forth, that
on
it's
too.
gonna,
Right.
yeah.
There's something else going on too that I just found out recently about a strike in Canada. The Canadian Railway is
Hmm.
on strike. And I know that's going to affect the market because they have a lot of, I didn't know, first of all, that Canada produced so much oil that the United States, taps into. So now all that stuff, that commodity is going to affect how the market is going to be going. I know over the next few days because they just went on strike today.
Hmm.
So I know that's
So they
going to
go on
be,
strike, and then oil prices might go up.
oil
So
prices might go
then
up.
stock
Right.
might go up. So it
It
might
may
be a
go
good
up, may
time to
go
buy.
down. I don't know, but I
Go
know it's
up,
going to affect
down,
the
yeah.
market and say in some kind of way, it's going to affect the market.
Exactly. And it's like
So
honestly, that's what, from my understanding, like that's what day trading is it's being able to see those trends and getting in and out in these incremental moments where things are happening and
yeah,
you're making a profit, and these people are betting whether it's going to go down or up. So
absolutely,
it's
that's
like
exactly what it
both
is.
things. So
Yeah. And that was the first time I had a tap to trade come in, I was like, it was like a sale. And I was like, sale? I don't own anything. How can I sell something? And
right.
I
Yeah.
had to realize there's the difference between trading and investing.
Hmm.
That's what I figured out. I was like, oh, traders go in at a certain price and they wait for it to do what it's going to do, and then they get out. It's an in and
Right.
out thing where investors go in for the long haul and wait over time to make things
What we're
work.
doing with Nvidia is investing. What we're doing with Akashics and with the traders, that's trading.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that, yeah, absolutely, you're spot on. Like
And
I
the other thing
Go
too,
ahead, Craig.
John, is they when you see a loss, these people know that they're betting on the loss. They're
Yes.
not betting it
Yes.
to go into the green. They're betting it to
Right.
stay in the red.
Right.
And this is why we have to, why it's so much easy to just follow the trader.
It's so
Hmm.
hard not to get emotional about it, but
Oh,
like
absolutely.
disconnecting your emotions from business is like one of those things that will almost always benefit you if the business doesn't require you to work with people, which is what this is, right? Is it's
Right.
like if I'm stocking shelves and stuff, it doesn't require me to get my emotional stuff with
Right.
other people down, but
Right.
yet
Right. Right.
this is one of those brilliant situations where you have to actually learn how to self-regulate yourself, which is a huge skill in being an adult,
Yeah.
being
And
able to
and
regulate your
and
own emotions. So,
today I didn't take any trades today because of for the last week, I've been watching it go zoop, 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 and I
mhm.
was like, okay, hold on. I was like, my emotions are like getting all over the place. I said,
Right.
today, you know what? I'm just going to like just kind of lay back. I'll get back in the game tomorrow. But today, I just needed to like kind of regulate my mind and say, hey, look, this is part of the game. This is part of the game. And I had to adjust my mind to say, hey, you're gonna have good days and you're gonna not have some not good days. That's just how this works. And you got to kind of take the emotion out of it and just deal with it. And I'm trying to get better at, like I said, I'm back there in Akashics looking at these things. So when I go on these live sessions, I can understand what they're saying.
Yeah. I'm the
I'm
same
trying to
way.
understand that.
And that's
And
why I
so,
haven't dived into it yet, because I'm so busy, and I know the moment that I'm like the surface level knowledge I know just from picking Hannah's mind and her
mhm.
letting her gush and tell me about all the stuff she's learning and all the things. It definitely, when my dad says it gets into like the trading, it definitely
Yeah,
does.
trade
Because
knees. Yeah.
yeah, because when you have like so many um different sayings and all these different things, and you have to learn them and pick up the lingo. I've told her, I was like, hey, one of the things I would do if I was you is just start talking to GPT about the lingo, and that
Yeah.
helped. So
And see, for me, I think part of my issue is I'm probably in certain areas, I'm kind of probably a control freak. I'm like, well, I need to take control of my own money, you know.
Hmm.
But that's where this is headed. That's exactly where it's heading. Is tap the
Yes.
trade and you learn stuff, and as you go on, because you need to pass the challenges. But by the time you pass the challenges, if you're doing the right things, in my opinion, anyway, you're going to be able to say, "Oh yeah, let me take. I can now put this trade in. I can now do that, and I can
Right.
see and But it's you're in school.
And yeah, and don't be envious of other people. Like
There it
one of the
is.
things that I learned young, because I did martial arts for like most of my younger years, right? Taekwondo, and I competed in it and stuff. And what was interesting about Taekwondo is how much it was a solo sport, but how much it's also a team sport,
Hmm.
because you have your dojo, you have the people that you know and you train
Right.
with and support you. And
Right.
that's what I see Trade Stars as being. Yes, this is a solo journey for your financial freedom and income and all these things,
Right.
but having the community and having us all there, we should be supporting each other and lifting each other up. Don't get frustrated by other people's wins or how far they're ahead or how far they're behind. Don't get frustrated because they haven't done what they're supposed to do.
Or they're not
Meet people
doing
where
what
they're
they
at.
should be doing.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
listen. I have done enough teaching in the technical spaces and stuff to just try my best to meet people where they're at. So I know even when I get into the trading stuff, it's like my dad just wants you guys to win, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
one of the things I've always worked on with my dad is my dad, it does emotionally affect him when people lose, and he part of his that are part of
I
his
can tell you
family, right?
something.
And so it's
I can tell
hard.
you. I've watched some of the traders respond to some of the people. They're pretty strong with novice. You know,
Yes.
I watch.
Same in
They're not.
yes. But
Yeah,
that's
they
the
want to
thing you
make sure that
realize.
you learn, and this is the only way to learn because they've had to go through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And they're
it's,
pretty like in your face. You know.
well,
Yeah.
these, if you want to equate it to what Robert has gone through, you can maybe compare this to that story that Robert always tells us about Roger Penske or about Bill
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
because you
Yes.
have to learn. It's tough love is what it
It
is.
is.
It's a tough love.
Mhm.
And if you don't do it and you go on your own and you make a mistake or you break the system for whatever reason, guess whose fault that is?
Right. Right. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. When you and I think someone was making a comment about how they had tapped a trade and they had lost money and all that, and they kept losing and they didn't understand what was going on. And
There's a
it
reason there's a stop loss too on the daily, because the whole idea is this is a challenge. First of all, you have to understand there's no money being traded yet. You have to, I mean, yes, it's, for lack of a better way of saying, it's fake money.
It's a demo
Yes, it's
account.
going to be
Paper
there
account.
when we
Mhm.
pass the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what we have to do is we have to pass the challenges, I should say,
Right.
because we're talking, somebody's giving you $25,000 and or 50,000 or whatever you sign up for. That's their money. You're playing with their money, and they're
Hmm.
betting on the fact that once you learn the tricks of the trade, so to speak, that you are going to make them money in addition to you making
Absolutely.
money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so
And
that's
yeah.
where we have to kind of hold your horses, pull back on the reins a little
Right.
bit, and
And
say, okay, fine, I got to go through this step
right.
by step.
And different traders, because I have tapped a trade with some other people, and I noticed a difference in terms of analysis and in terms of stop losses. And so but if I had not done that, I would not know exactly why I should or why I wouldn't, who I'm comfortable with and who I'm not comfortable with. It would
Right.
always be a guess. But so going out, yeah, I've lost some few dollars here, and I'm like, okay, the way this person trades is kind of different from how this person trades. And so it kind of gives me an idea of like, okay, I know why at this particular point, in my opinion, I know why Javed is where he is, based on what I've seen other people do and how he does it. And I'm going, okay, I get it. And as I kind of narrow the field, there's some people I can relate to in terms of teaching. There's one guy he teaches very, very well. Now, how he applies his trades is maybe a little bit different, but how he explains things is very, very. I like the way he explain it, but I'm going to have to take the information and then have to learn how to do it, on my own eventually and apply it. So, I
Right.
mean, it's a roller coaster ride,
Yeah.
and I got to take the emotions out of it. And I think we're all going to do well. But I believe live sessions, going in those live sessions, and watching what's going on in live sessions, I really believe that could be helpful to anybody.
Yeah,
I'm
because
a huge
you look
fan
at
of live streaming and stuff like that. I think that it's one of those um, great ways to teach in live time. That's why we do all of these the way we do them.
Hmm.
You know, like we could just shoot videos and upload them, but
Right.
doing things live really gives you a very, very straightforward, non-edited down version of what it actually looks like. So it's
Yeah.
like there's people on Twitch that day trade and stream all day till the market closes. I don't know if you
Hmm.
guys know that, but you watch them too. Not saying you should, but I'm saying, yeah, people do this, and it's fun to watch them, and it's interesting to learn. Thank you for sharing that, John, too,
Yeah.
because I think as you start to learn new of those more and more of those things, there's going to be people that are at the same level as you, this below you, and above you. And like we've said before, your goal is never to be at the top of that chain. Always keep yourself in the middle or below, because
Yeah.
as much as we all egotistically want to be like the head honcho at the top, you're not going to grow and you're not going to build from that place. So
Plus,
yeah.
the other thing is this, and I also realize that if you don't go through something, you're not going to be able to help somebody else who is going through what you're going through now.
yeah.
Hmm.
You have no concept of being able to tell them what to do or how to feel if you haven't gone through that. So
Yeah, I
right, everybody's
absolutely.
experience is going to be different in this. I don't care. We can tap and trade on the same thing, but I also learned that the time that you tap to trade will make a difference in the amount of money you either make or lose. They only have this much time to have it out there because the market changes so fast, and you
Yeah.
can see it. If when you the live session, you see it'll be going up, and all of a sudden it'll just start dropping, or it'll drop, and all of a sudden it'll start going up. So when they do that tap to trade, the reason why it's so quick is because it can change within a few seconds, just
Hmm.
like that,
And some
just
can
like that.
last for hours too. The other day,
Yes.
One of Javid's lasted for 7, 8 hours.
Right.
And he was even saying on one of his recent ones, it could go up to 3 days.
Yes,
But
I
he
saw that.
felt at that time, that's it, I'm done, stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
Yeah.
but again, he does the tap to trade does allow you to get out if you feel
Yes.
uncomfortable.
Yes, yes, you can. You can definitely close the trade out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say
Is
this one last thing, and then we'll have to get on to Sandy just because we're
Yeah,
running out
because
of
I know
time here.
we're
Yeah.
running on time. That's what I
Um,
was going to say. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say Warren Buffett's had losses, but his compounding interest and long-term investment is what's made him a billionaire. That's
Mhm.
the type of person Javid is. So
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
you think of the different kinds of traders, you're gonna have people that are gonna be like crazy about it. But if he's letting a trade run for 3 days, it's because he's got enough data and enough
Yes.
knowledge to go, if I let this ride for 3 days, I'm gonna get more out of it than if I pull out now. And
Yes.
that's not always going to be the case because no expert, including Warren Buffett, knows exactly what's going to happen. You don't know if there's going to be a bomb that's going to go off in some random country tomorrow. You know what I mean? We
True.
don't know that
True.
that's going to
Yep.
happen. It could
Yes.
affect the
Absolutely.
market.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think it's good to just stay consistent and everything like that. But thank you so much, John, for
Yep.
sharing.
Guys. All right.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. John, great share. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's go ahead and bring Sandy in.
Hey,
Sandy,
Sandy.
go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share with us.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. So, two things. First, I just want to say that yesterday I learned that when they do the tap and trace, when they send those out, you get 2 minutes to click on it. However, I learned that the faster you click on it, the better off you're going to be.
So
And
don't think,
then
just pull the trigger,
just pull
is
the
what you're
trigger.
saying.
Don't wait until the last minute and say, oh, okay, I guess I'll do it. Because then you could lose when you could have really won.
I've heard that too. Yes.
I found that out yesterday, and then boy, I'm talking loud. Sorry. And then
No,
Brian,
Well,
perfect.
I'm hearing that noise in the background from your
you know what?
microphone.
It must be. I don't have
It
anything running. I have no idea.
What type
is
of
your
computer are you using?
the kind that works. I don't.
Yeah. No, I'm just right. Me too. Hopefully, like I said, I was having issues.
Very
But
good.
no,
That was
Wait,
a
wait,
good
wait.
I was
answer.
gonna say if it's a laptop, right? Or if
It is
it's
a laptop.
got the
It's a.
okay,
And it's
that's
probably the
issue.
fan from the laptop then.
Yeah, so the microphone's just close enough that if the fan's running, it's just the way that laptop microphones are. Some of them use AI or things to get rid of that background noise. There's some things you could download to get rid of it if you did need to, but it didn't bother me. So
Can you hear it now?
No.
no.
I, maybe it was my heater.
Ah,
could be
there you
it.
go. That's it.
So-
That's got to be it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep going.
So,
Sorry.
so I learned that
solved it, though.
yesterday, and then Brent did a little video about it too, and it's probably in the Akashics chat community one. But Brent did a video about it, and it kind of explained it more. But he's also the one that told me about it. So today, when everybody was having 2 wins, I had a loss because I had a leg, and I couldn't click on it. So it took me longer to click on it. So I just wanted to share that. So the faster you do it, the more better off you are. Second thing is, this one's for you, Matt.
Okay.
I keep going back, and I can't find the video where you were talking about lip syncing. You just did one within the last couple of weeks. What was that again? I couldn't find it.
So like lip syncing an animated character or a character type
Yeah.
of thing. Is that what
Yes.
you want to do?
Yep.
There's 2 different ways to do this. One is like I would say is the easiest way. There's this website, and I haven't really dived into it. Once I move, I'm gonna start making AI content like crazy for you guys again. But I'm gonna post this in the Imaginators group. There's this website called heygen.com.
Okay.
It's like the leader in dubbing and having AI characters and everything. They just go like extremely far with it. Check it out. You'll be like blown away.
Okay.
And then the one that I use that you've seen is Runway. That's going to require a little bit more work, but it's called runwayml.com. And it's basically the best video, image to video or text to video AI platform. So I'm going to post both of those in chat here for all of you guys. And
They're in the
I'll be doing-
Imaginators Telegram chat.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be doing tutorials and stuff for all this stuff once I move. So in September. So
Okay.
by then, this is going to be even better.
And that was all I had.
Oh, perfect. Thank
That
you,
was it.
Sandy. Thank you for
Awesome.
sharing as well with everybody about the tap to trade stuff. I didn't know that. So
I didn't until yesterday either because I was waiting. And I was like, why is everybody winning and my ass is losing? This is like freaking gambling at the casino.
Yeah, I
right?
did
Yeah,
read that.
everyone's winning around, and you're like, why is it not me?
Yeah.
Pick me. It's like the eye in the sky is watching you. They're making sure you lose or something.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to actually add one more thing, Matt, and I know you probably
Please.
want to skedoodle, so if you need to, go right
No,
ahead.
I can stay up to 3. So
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add for everybody is, and I know this with the Android phones, and I think I may have mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it again because I do have that experience. Sometimes during the tap and trades, you can't trade because the tap and trade on your phone, especially for Androids, is asking you to enter the lot size. Okay? There is a little below the, as long as you're within the time limit, okay? That's the other thing you got to watch is the time limit. But there's a little like text that says change lot size. What I have found is if you click on that, then the cursor will appear in the lot size that you can change, and then click on that, back out, and then click approve. And that should hold that lot size. Or just change the whole lot size by typing in the exact same number of the lot size that you have and then approve it. Because I don't know why the Androids do this. I did share that with the Akashics team. Haven't heard an answer yet. Hope to hear something
I'm
soon.
sure they're
But
getting
this
a
is-
lot of questions and a lot of
yeah. But this is something that I was able to figure out for those of us with the Android phones. And it seems to work because I've been able to make trades since doing that. And the other
Thank you for
final
sharing
thing
that.
is if you get the little circle of death at the top when you're trying to quickly tap and trade, yes, it'll take a little time, but literally log out, log back in, and then go on the very bottom. This is again Androids. on the very bottom, then select tap to trade, find it and trade. It's a little, these are bugs, and they're working out the bugs. These are, the little buggy things that take
It
place.
happens
So-
to any piece of software. Listen, this game might crash when I get on. Like, odds are it probably will, because so many people get on. But like, even them, $1 billion company, it still happens. So there's always like technical problems and issues that happen. And I'm sure Josh is just one of those people that I've already seen him, already he's got plans to change and make some stuff better. So I do have to go. Thank you guys so much for being on here. Thanks for being on here. And thank you guys too for sharing as well, like sharing all the tips and pointers, and also just being here to support one another. You know what I mean? Like through this whole entire process. So thank you guys so much. I love and appreciate you. I do have to run though. So thank you.
Okay, Matt, you head out. I got one more thing to answer here because Daniel brought up a point and I want to make just to finalize that. Take care. Have
Sounds
fun.
good. Thanks,
Matt.
Craig. Will do. Thank you so much, Craig, for doing this as well. Thank you.
Bless you, man.
Bye, everybody.
Daniel, I saw your post there. The 25K is a 2.025 or lower. Yeah, that's, if you're going with what they set up, that's usually the case. Now, one thing I've noticed is, okay, yes, I've had a couple of losses. So I am now in the 24K amount. Guess what my lot size is? 0.24. Okay. Keep it at that kind of consistency. If it's 25K, then it's 0.25. If it's 24K, 0.24. Okay. As part of the lot size. And use that. Just let's keep it as simple as possible. That's the whole point behind the tap to trade. And I think that's going to be the last thing that I am going to say, unless anybody else has something to share. Going once, going twice. And Daniel, thank you very much for also bringing that in. Appreciate it. Okay. Shout outs to Rebecca David, Lisa Marie Cook, Faith Castio, John Tier, and Sandy Baker for participating in today's mini inner circle, because I know they normally go a little longer than 1 hour. But the whole point is that we are here for you. We want to make sure that you get what that we can help you in any way possible. Please do not forget, we will have an Ask Me Anything on Saturday. That's at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. We look forward to seeing you there. And Sunday, we are also going to have Imaginators, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. So until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody so we can all say so long for now. Hey, Rebecca. Good to see you.
Hey, Rebecca.
Bye. Thank you so much for everything.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
great night. Love you
Happy
guys.
trading.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Sandy, Chris,
Thank you,
Jamie,
Chris.
Coach Bob.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Rebecca,
Bye-bye.
Dee
Bye,
Dee,
everybody.
Deborah, Karen. Great to see you all.
Thank you.